Hey guys, this is Aaron today coming at you with another card video. Today's video is going to be a little different. I got better from COVID maybe a few weeks ago. Got better right before Christmas break, and during the COVID times, about a few weeks ago, I was just stuck at home because I can't go anywhere because I'm sick. So I just decided to just play some games again, just get back into just looking up the prices of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh again, and yeah, just look at my collection, start building some cards for fun again, and I just decided to make a video of my full collection of cards. I haven't done a full collection video before. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but I just want to showcase this so I may enjoy it when I look back at this in the years to come when I get older. And also, for if anyone is watching this, I don't know how many people are going to be watching this, that you may enjoy it as well. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I may have some stories about specific cards once in a while, so let's go. So, first section of my binder. I only have one binder of collectible cards, but it's mostly iconic cards. So this first section would be all Gravekeepers. As you can see, they're all Gravekeepers, Gravekeepers Ambusher, Gravekeepers Chief. I used to use that a long time ago, along with Royal Tribute, Majesty's Fiend, and one of the newer cards that I use in my deck, even though it's considered like 8 years old nowadays. Still one of the newer cards compared to the Gravekeepers theme, one of the original themes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Still one of my favorite archetypes. I know some people don't like it. Some people prefer Chaos monsters. The reason why I picked Chaos, or why I picked Gravekeepers, was because back in the day when Yu-Gi-Oh! First started, my friend used Chaos against me a lot and beat me up a lot with CED and BLS and yada. So I decided to build an anti-meta Gravekeepers deck. That's why I have first page, a bunch of those. Used to use 3 of those in the deck and 3 of the Silence in the deck, because this used to be really good against Vampire Lord as well. Here is my Yugi section, all Yugi cards. I'm gonna move that lamp a little bit. Not gonna work very well. But anyways, here are all my Yugi cards. Yugi themed cards has Dark Magician, Exodia. I'll just put it up a little bit closer. There's Kribo. I used to use Kribo in my Fiend deck a lot. And also Exodia. I never used Exodia before when I was little, because I didn't have the booster pack money to buy Exodia, but it's there now. Mystical Elf, that one's pretty beat up. The hollow one in the middle right there, that's from the LOB booster pack. I got this Japanese, what do you call it? Beast Warrior or whatever. Beaver Warrior. I got a Japanese Beaver Warrior from some thrift store. I got it for, I think, like 50 cents. Original Dark Magician from SDK. I mean, SDY, original Ultra Summon Skull from MRD. Also have the original Red Arcana Dark Magician from OCG. Dark Magician Girl, that one's pretty beat up. Most of these cards aren't in the best condition. I just bought it used with some scuffs on it, you know. Like there's Summon Skull, if I could focus in on it a little bit more. It's an ultra rare, has the same artwork as the one from the starter deck. I also have the common from the starter deck in my Fiend deck. I might show my Fiend deck a little bit later on. But yeah, I mean, some of these cards is in nice condition, other ones not so much. I double sleeve this one because, you know, Dark Magician, even though it's not in the best condition. But yeah, it's there for the collectibles. Let me put it back here. Also use this one, Neo the Magic Swordsman, kind of quite a lot when I used to start playing in the beginning of the days, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Days. Yeah, Dark Magician Girl I didn't use as much. I always thought Dark Magician was better, but back then, like, you could barely, it was so hard to summon Dark Magician in Blue Eyes. It's just almost impossible unless, like, you're really lucky that you get it out. But yeah, good old days. Nowadays, like, they have so much support for Dark Magician and Blue Eyes. A couple of newer cards there. Kaibaman, I used to use that for fun in D&D. I used Maiden a couple of times. I still have one in my Blue Eyes deck because it's a nice card and it's a nice hollow. Closer, there's a couple of SDK Blue Eyes, playset of 3 of them. Also, beat up Legend I got from my friend, because for good old nostalgia's sake. Some of the cards I don't really care about the condition, I just want the card for the art. And some of them, the more beat up the better, because it reminds me of old times when no one used sleeves back then, unless I played against my friend that used Chaos and he would sleeve up everything. Hollow Voice Reader, Sword Stalker from, oh, that's a reprint Sword Stalker, not the one from the Kaiba starter. Judge Man also, yeah, this one's from the Kaiba starter. Yeah, I kind of can't focus in on that, but that one's from the Kaiba starter deck. This one's also from, yeah, this one's from the LOB original booster pack. It's unlimited, but still looks really nice and ultra rare, you know, pretty nice. Yeah. I used to not like Blue Eyes White Dragon very much. I always liked Dark Magician more. Here's another reprint of the LOB Blue Eyes. Card looks a little bit different for the reprints, but yeah, it's there. Yeah, I used to not like Blue Eyes very much, but as I've gotten older, the nostalgia is like kicking back, and I started to like the artwork more and more, and then I decided to get these. I think one of them had a foil. One of the STK Blue Eyes that I have right here, the whole card is foil. I'm not sure which one, but these are in okay condition. They're not like, again, not the best condition, but yeah, one of them is all foil. I don't remember which one it is, but they are all there. Yeah. So yeah, Blue Eyes is probably a favorite card for a lot of other people. A lot of other people that play Blue Eyes, but my favorite is Dark Magician. Next page, the third character, Joey, Yugi's friend. There's Harpy Lady Sisters, one of the rivals cards. I always liked Harpy's Feather Duster more than the actual Harpy monsters. But yeah, here's my page for all of Joey's cards, or most of Joey's cards. There's Teo's card, Magician of Faith, also from Metal Raiders. I believe Metal Raiders. Yeah, Metal Raiders. Just a regular rare. These are still pretty cheap, even in good condition, but just like it for the art. 3 Baby Dragons, I used to use these in the Toon deck for fun. It was pretty fun using Baby Dragons in Toons for fun. 3-Time Wizards, this one's the original ultra rare from MRD. I really like this artwork for Harpy's brother. I'd say like if I had to pick like a favorite Harpy's card, even though I'm not like the biggest Harpy fan, one of my favorites probably be Harpy's brother before they changed the name. Because this used to be in the Joey Star deck. I know it's beat up, but I like it for the nostalgia, for the art, so I don't care if it's beat up or not. Also, one of my other favorite themes, I used to have a couple of OCG cards, including this ultra rare Gemini Elf from the Pegasus Structure deck. So back in 2002, 2003, we, in America, North America, got the Star decks. Star deck Yugi, Star deck Pegasus, Starter deck Kaiba, 03, 02, 03. In 02, Japan got these cards. They got Regeki, they got Gemini Elf, they got Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and Cyberstein. So the card artwork, the quality of the card feels a lot better than most of the English cards. I don't know why. I just like the font, the vertical attack and defense fonts right there. I like the artwork. I like the letterings. I don't know why. Maybe because, I don't know. It's just some nice nostalgia factor there as well. I have my Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. I thought about getting the Holo, but for some reason I have more connection with Blue Eyes Toon Dragon from Starter Deck Pegasus, because back in the day I got 3 Starter Deck Pegasus just to get Mystical Space Typhoon, and I didn't know you can get Mystical Space Typhoon as a single card. I didn't know you could buy it for like $1 each, and then I ended up getting 3 Starter Deck Pegasus, so I had like 3 Blue Eyes Toon Dragon at one point. But yeah, I like this one more for the memories more than the secret rare, but I do admit the secret rare looks really nice. Had a couple of, I don't know if I had a Toon World, a Japanese Toon World, but yeah, I'm pretty sure, hold on. I didn't even sleeve this correctly, hold on. Yeah, this is a Toon World. I think I got this for like $2. Oh, I did sleeve it correctly. Okay, that's right. It's just coming out of the yellow sleeve pretty quick. Yeah, so this one's also from the original Pegasus Structure deck in 2002. Yeah, the OCG Structure decks were way stronger than the starter decks when they first came out. Yeah, my friend was cheating with a bunch of OCG cards before they even came out in English, so what a cheater. That's why I hated CD and BLS. I mean, I admit, BLS is so good. I mean, the artwork looks amazing, effect is amazing. I mean, it's a great card. I just don't like it personally because I had bad experiences with it getting destroyed by CED. Yeah, you know. Another, yeah, some of the OCG cards, by the way, they're censored. So if you can look closely, this is Toon Table of Contents, the super rare from the Pegasus Structure. And as you can see, it says Dragon, Demon, God. So in the English version, Demon and God is censored to something else because they didn't want any like religious or demonic influences in the English version of this card. So a couple of these cards are censored too. I think Toon Gemini Elf right there that you see right there, I think that one's censored a bit too, like on their, you know, chest area and stuff. Because, oh yeah, so if you can see like right there, Toon Gemini Elf right there. So that's the English version. That one's censored. It has like a lot more purple cloth material there compared to that one right there, the OCG Gemini Elf. It looks a little bit different, you know. So that's a pretty interesting contrast to see there. Have a couple of Toon Worlds from Magic Ruler or Spell Ruler, whatever you want to call it. It's nice to see. And then after the 4 characters, iconic cards, I have a couple of cards from Flaming Eternity, some like Labyrinth of Nightmare reprints like Dark Neck Fear. Fiend Deck was one of my more consistent theme cards back in the day. Fiend Deck was, yeah, probably my most consistent, first consistent deck that I'd ever made was Fiends. Yeah, and then I use Dark Royal Hades a lot. I do have an old school Fiend deck that I use right now. I mix it up with some XYZs and a couple of like rescue rabbits and stuff, so I might do a Fiend deck profile just for fun later on after this. Dark Ruler Hades. This is a reprint from Master Collection 1, so the first big collective reprint holo. This is pretty cheap, so it's pretty easy to get. Athena looks really nice too. I just got it for the art. Turking Archfiend, I used to use them a lot in my Fiend deck with the Wind type Archfiend. Now, Archfiends back then are very different from Archfiends nowadays. Yeah, they were a lot of chessboard type kind of fiends. So another page right here, I have a Sangan, Witch of the Black Forest, classics. Use these in a lot of decks. Hungry Burger. I had a Hungry Burger deck, but then I think I just sold it or gave it away because it was kind of gimmicky, a bit too gimmicky for me. Relinquished. I have had a lot of good memories with Relinquished. I used to make a Relinquished deck. I think Relinquished was my second consistent deck right after Fiends. And this one's not from Starter Deck Pegasus. I do like the Starter Pegasus one, but this is a reprint of Magic Rulers called Spell Rulers. So SRL right there. So that's SRL Relinquished in good condition. For some reason, the reprint Spell Rulers holos, they cost more than the Magic Rulers one. I don't know why. I would think the Magic Ruler ones would cost more, but yeah, there it is. I'll put another close-up of it here. I'll focus it in there. Yeah. Hamburger Recipe, Yada Garasu, Giant Orc. I used a lot of Giant Orc. Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer from my Fiend deck. I use a Naba White Rabbit sometimes too. Cyberjar is freaking broken. It's still broken. I think it's unbanned now. Yada Garasu is also unbanned, but no one uses Yada anymore, which is, I guess, kind of unfortunate and kind of, yeah, good riddance for meta, I guess. Like, they don't use Yada anymore, but, man, this was the bane. Like, CED and Yada was my bane back then. Onto the spells. I have a couple of spells, a couple more iconic ones from Metal Raiders, LOB. My Raigeki is the hollow one, is not from LOB, is another reprint, super rare. Dark Hole is also another reprint, super rare. Noble and Crossout, that's the original one from PSV. I also have a Change of Heart. I also used to have another hollow OCG Harpy's Feather Duster. I sold it, kind of regret it, so I bought another one back. It looks pretty good. And this is like an alternative super rare. It was like super rare with some like hieroglyph markings on it or something. I don't know if you can see it, but it has some like shiny stuff. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you can see some like weird hieroglyph stuff on top of the super rare. So that was an odd hollow. It looks pretty interesting and unique, so I like it. So I'm leaving it there. Change of Heart. A bit beat up. This one is a matte sleeve, so it covers the hollow a bit. But I always like this card because of the artwork and the hollow makes it pop. Makes it pop. Looks good. Giant Trinade. I use Soul Release a lot too. The regular common one from the starter deck Yugi, or whatever starter deck that was. Yeah. Giant Trinade, also very popular back then. Still banned because it's so good. More spells. Megamorph. United We Stand. Graceful Charity. I sold a Graceful Charity for $3 to my friend in high school. He saved his lunch money. He told his dad he was going to buy him a lunch, and he used the $3 to buy him a Graceful Charity. So that was cool. Premature Burial, that's a censored Premature Burial. The OCG one has a red cross on it instead of a red circle. So yeah, a lot of censored cards in TCG that you don't really see around nowadays. I do have some OCG uncensored cards coming up right now. Here is my Foolish Burial. So this is the original artwork for Foolish Burial. This came in the Joey structure deck in 2002 or 2003 or something like that. Like somewhere in the early to mid 2000s. So I was already using Foolish Burial way before it came out in TCG. I think TCG, the uncensored one, the censored one, where it just only has a gravestone. That Foolish Burial came out as like a holo in 2007. So I was using this Foolish Burial like already like years before it came out in English. I don't know why it didn't come out early in English, but yeah, I always preferred this one from the Joey structure deck in 2002. Yeah, as you see, OCG had a lot of advantages over the American cards back then. So again, censored card looks great in Japanese. Another censored card, Share the Pain. So this one is from like one of the old Metal Raiders packs from OCG. As you can tell, it's blue. I think in the English TCG version, it's censored as red. I also got this from the thrift shop a few years ago for fun. I just scouting around and I found this. So yeah, the blue blood looks different from the black blood in TCG. Card destruction, I use that a lot. Yeah, I use that a lot in the Yugioh starter deck. Dark Energy, I believe one of these are a short print or something. I think that's a short. Yeah, this one's short print for sure. Lightning Blade, first edition, Labyrinth of Nightmare, and Monster Reborn, the original art of Monster Reborn. Beat up. Oh well. And then it has some two alternative art. Might be heard this is a misprint, so I like collecting some misprints once in a while. There. Yeah, I have some traps coming up next, couple of Pokemon cards coming up next. So for all you Pokemon fans, I hope you enjoy the next ones that are coming up as well. I'm going to focus a little bit there. Okay, so traps. I always liked my favorite traps have always been Solemn Judgment and Magic Cylinder and Mirror Force. I always like the Yugi's cards more than Kaiba's cards. But I do like Crush Card 2, looks really cool. Imperial Order, first edition, Feral Servant, original. Kind of beat up too, but oh well. I'm just glad I have one. I bought it for cheap, bought it for like $2. Magic Cylinder, another secret rare. I believe this is the original secret rare. Yeah, kind of beat up, oh well. Reprints, original Magic Cylinder from Premium Pack 4. So this one came from the same pack as the red Arcana Dark Magician. So if you didn't know, this is when I got introduced to Yu-Gi-Oh! Like 2002, when the shows first came out. So when the shows first came out, there's a lot of cards that haven't came out in English. And these were the first two cards that I ever saw. My friend was holding these. I was like, how the heck did you get these? And he's like, yeah, I just like got it from like some random like swap meet shop or something. I don't remember how he got it. But these were the first two cards that I've ever seen like from Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's why I have like really good memories with these. Even though like they're not popular, they're really hard to find if you're just like looking around. Like even if you look around like specialty like card shops, like in LA or whatever, like you can't find these. Like they don't store any like Japanese cards because they're not popular. But I like the Japanese cards because I have good memories of it. So it's there. Yep, OG cards right there. And I think that's most of it. Oh yeah, I have one more section. I have my Pokemon cards coming up. A couple of more like staple cards like Vanity's Emptiness, this band, Soul Charge's band, some old Bottomless Trap Hole. That one's from yeah, Legacy of Darkness, the original rare. Yeah, Call of the Haunted there. Also Jinzo that I put in my room. This is really nice. There's Jinzo, one of Joey's. I like Jinzo more than Red Eyes Black Dragon. I'm sorry. I just use Jinzo in my deck a lot more, so I have more connections to this. Plus, it's way better than the regular Red Eyes Black Dragon because it has an effect. Also 24. A couple of more Pokemon cards coming up. So this is my main page of holos right here. I think these are probably one of my more expensive cards that I have. I have a Dark Raichu. I looked it up. Lightly played, moderately played, lightly played condition. I think like Dark Raichu is like as like a raw foil card. That's like 25 bucks. Dark Charizard's a bit scuffed. I think this is like 40, 50 bucks, even like in scuffed condition. Dark Blastoise. Mewtwo is a promo card from 1999, the first movie. When you got in line to watch the movie when you're a kid, they would just hand out these at the theater. Unfortunately, I don't think they hand these out at theaters as much anymore. So yeah, and then I heard this was from Theme Deck 2, Brock's Rhydon, Rocket Scyther. My favorite booster pack would probably be a Team Rocket's booster pack from the original series. Scizor, Dragonite, Hollow Tyranitar. It's insane like how much like Tyranitar went up. I think I got it for, I think I got it for like a few bucks, like $5. And then it went up to like 15, 20 bucks, which is like insane. I think, yeah, it's a hollow. It's okay condition. The Dragonite's pretty beat up too. Rocket Scyther's kind of beat up as well. I mean, I don't know if you guys are into this, but yeah, I was really into this when I was little. So, Rocket Scyther, Charizard. I'll take Dark Charizard out and take a look. Let's see. It's okay condition. There's like a little whitening there on the left. Like right there, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah, there's a bit beat up, scuffed there. Oh well. Yeah, so that's most of the big boss monster hollows I have there. I have a couple of starter Pokemon there. Koga's Grimer, Dratini. I always like Dragonite. Dragonite is one of my favorite dragons. Blastoise is one of my favorite starter Pokemon. Evolutions. There's another Pikachu right there. This is a promo card. I don't know how much these cost right now, but this is also the other promo card you can get from the Pokemon first movie in 99, 2000. What was it? Game Freak, 1998, 1999 Wizards. Yeah, this is one of the promo cards you can get. It's in really good condition. I think it's worth more than what I bought it for. I think I bought it for like $1 or $2. Pretty sure it's worth more than that now. Yep. Squirtle, one of my favorite artworks for Squirtle, right there. It's very cute. Zoom it in again. It's very nice. Charmander from the original base set. Yeah, so I have a couple of those. Misty's Tentacruel. I always like the water types. Misty's cards are one of my favorite cards from the gym set. Because I like water types again. Gyarados, Ninetales. I think I found the Ninetales here like a few years ago from my garage. I don't even know how these hollows end up in my garage in like 2015. I had no idea they're there. And I found it. I was like, this was like on the very like bottom of the stack of like the very last card from one of my earlier videos. So you can check that out if you want, if you don't want to, whatever. Yeah, but it was really funny. I found Hollow Ninetales at the very end of the stack. Like, I was so surprised. Oh, fun fact, this Gengar is not a hollow. But if you can see, it's in a different language. I originally ordered this in English. Yeah, in English from TCG Player years ago. And for some reason, they sent me, like, I think this is, like, in Italian. Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks Italian. Or, like, European, Western, like, European love language. But, yeah, it's Gengar in Italian. Yeah, I used to work with, some guy from my workplace. He's Italian-American. So he can speak some Italian, but I don't think he knew how to read Italian. So I was kind of laughing when he was trying to read it. So there's that. A couple more like Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge cards. So this is one of the cards I pulled from the garage too. First edition. Looks like I used to buy booster packs in first edition when I was little. I didn't know like if first editions were worth anything. I just wanted the booster, and then I realized when I got older these are worth more. Even though like they're like, oh, even though they're like, sorry, I zoomed in. I zoomed out. So even though they're, you know, like they're not worth like crazy a lot, so that's all right. Always liked it. I'll show it to you guys again here. Sabrina Slowbro. Let's see. Yeah, Dratini, Erika's Oddish, Pikachu. I remember Misty Star you a lot and Misty Star me a lot from the original anime, so good times there. Also, there is, let's see. Zoom it back to 1. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, another set. Misty Psyduck. I always like when Misty slaps Psyduck to wake him up. In the anime, it was really funny. Blaine's Vulpix, very cute, holding a Pokeball. I threw my original Blaine's Vulpix away, and I just bought it back because, like, I really missed it. Brock's Geodude from the anime, Brock's Onyx from the anime. So, nice to see that. This is the first edition. I always like putting this in my room, like random spots in my room sometimes. I know it's not worth a lot, but I have a lot of good memories with the show with Misty Psyduck first edition in good condition. So that's really cool too. I'm going to put that back over there. Another page, these are from Neo Genesis from the second generation, and then a few other things from later generations in the next page that comes. Sabrina's Kadabra, Cyndaquil, Chikorita. I always like the red, blue, and yellow, and then gold and silver. Those are my favorite, the original 2 generations. There's a pre-release card. This is also a card before the gym, whatever, the gym challenge or whatever it is came out. So it's a pre-release card, pretty cool as a promo card. These are some reprints that I got. Also Darkrai, Yveltal. So this is like a OCG Japanese one. The whole card's hollow, I think. Or like most of the card is hollow. Even the energy cost right there, it's all hollow. So it's pretty cool. I also have a Steelix as a bookmark. I use it as a bookmark there. First edition, Dark Energy. This is from one of my booster packs as well. Let's see. Yeah, first edition, special energy, darkness energy card. So back in the day, when the card first started in like 99, 2000, 2001, you can only put 4 dark energies in your deck. So it was really limited. So back then, dark energy and steel energy was actually really good. And this is like a hollow reprint that I bought from Frank's in LA. So that was cool. Let's see. On to MTG. So I only have 1 page of MTG. I'm not like super into MTG. I used to play like Commander, EDH with my friends a couple of years ago, but I kind of stopped and then I sold it out. I'm thinking about getting Damnation, Wrath of God, Day of Judgment. I hear from MTG players that board wipe cards, like kind of like Dark Hole Raigeki, like those kinds of cards in MTG are really good, so those are more expensive. Dark Hole Raigeki isn't as good in Yu-Gi-Oh, modern Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, but yeah, board wipe cards, MTG, they're really good. So I kind of want Day of Judgment, Wrath of God, and we'll see later on, because I'm thinking about rebuilding a Lightsworn deck, so I might be using my money on that. I need to replace my black binder, because black binder is going out. Probably get a Dragon Shield binder. One of the last pages, I think. Yeah, last page of my binder, I have a couple of sports cards. Rest in peace, Kobe. I got this Kobe card from my friend. He owns a card shop in LA. I bought it for $5 right before he died. When he died, this shot up to like $50. Yeah. I was a big Kobe Lakers fan back in the day, still am. They're just not that good anymore, but oh well, you know, just kind of move on. LeBron James card, really good as well. Oh, hold on, give me a moment. Just gotta move my door. Okay, so yeah, a couple of Marvel cards there. Got Wolverine, got War Machine, got a couple of Jordan cards. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Leave. That's such a long name. I left it there because I thought it might go up in value, but it went down because it got reprinted. So yeah, so that's my binder. I just realized my binder is like 28 minutes long. I'm gonna move on real quick. So a couple of Toon cards right there. Toon cards. I'm adding these cards to my Toon deck. I have put my Yugioh Great Keepers box there. I have my decks. On to the next one there, my Fiend deck. So I'm going to be profiling this. How's all my old school like Jinzo, Lajin, Archfiend Soldier, Witch of the Black Forest, Speed Reaper stuff. Some Judgments, all school cards. Yeah, I gotta replace these sleeves. These Ultra Pro sleeves I've been using for years and they don't last very long, so I'm gonna switch it out for Dragon Shield. Dragon Shield sleeves are a lot more resilient, a lot more durable. Might even switch these boxes out too, I don't know. I need to switch out, I need to get like a long box, like an Omni Hive from Ultimate Guard or like Game Gen X. Get a better box so they don't fall apart like these. My tunes, might update and make Probably going to make a Toon deck profile soon as well after my Fiend deck profile. Yeah. Gonna use like a more anti-meta build. I'll show that to you guys probably later on when I feel like it during the weekend. Yeah, the Toon Dark Magician, Vanity's Fiend, as usual. A couple of other fun tunes. This is really good with Skill Drain. I'm gonna show you that later on. Probably. Let's see. So I have that. And then I also have a blue deck. Before I take the blue deck out, guess what deck it is? If you like iconic decks, you'll probably like it. I'll let you guess. You can probably tell by the color already. 1, 2, 3. Blue Eyes White Dragon. So here is my Blue Eyes deck. I updated it with True Light. So pretty simple. Lots of Blue Eyes White Dragon, Blue Eyes Alternative, Sage of the Eyes of Blue. I don't have the Dictator of D. I'm trying to keep the deck more classic with all light types, light attribute. So yeah, there's all that stuff. True Light, I love this card. I love reborning monsters and just like using Blue Eyes to attack and reborning Dark Magician and attacking like every turn. This is really fun to use. Like all my good stuff here. All the fun side deck and all that stuff there as well. Kind of wish I got blue matte covers, card sleeves instead of classic card sleeves. Because these classic card sleeves, like they're all like every sleeve I use nowadays is Dragon Shield. Their quality is so much better, they last so much better, they feel and look so much better. Kind of wish I used the matte sleeves because they don't like slip around as much. So. Last couple of decks, a couple of these. I'm gonna put a Dragon Shield and I gotta replace it with oh sorry, gotta move gotta replace it with these Dragon Shield sleeves, that Fiend deck, because yeah, those are falling apart. Purple, Dark Magicians, more Dark Magician. I keep my Dark Magicians deck pretty classic. I got some old cards, Mystic Tomato, Kaiku, Breaker, Yada. I might switch this out for something else. I'm just playing it for fun. Vision Salvation. Again, I like getting Eternal Soul, like Call of the Haunted style cards, just reborning cards and attacking every turn. I don't like to... Like, I can combo, but, like, I find it more fun and nostalgic if you just, like, reborn and with Magician Salvation and Eternal Soul and just attacking with Dark Magician. I find it more fun like that rather than just, like, comboing like crazy and just making your opponent wait, like, 10 minutes. Yeah, just a bunch of that. Just updated all that. Have a Dark Bride for more coverage when you're attacking to protect the Eternal Soul. I put in a Red Eyes Flare Metal because Red Eyes Flare Metal. We'll see how this video does. I don't know if it gets a couple of views, I might do another Dark Magician profile. But my Dark Magician Blue Eyes deck profile didn't really change much aside from True Light and probably the Illusion Magician XYZ. Then have a Takuni initial D card. I'm probably going to build a Lightsworn deck, a foil deck later on. Used to have a common Lightsworn decks, but I don't have the common Lightsworn cards anymore, so yeah. Plan to do a foil one. Have my dice there. So, this is a good deck box. Ultimate Guard. Not sponsoring them or anything, but I like this box. It's very nice. So, my favorite deck of all time, the one I keep in the best box. I have Gravekeepers. So let's see, I'm gonna put these out. I'll put these here, profile more of these. I profiled this about like 2-3 years ago, not much has changed, that's why I'm just leaving it here. Pub Duality still good. I put Hidden Temples of Necro Valley. I used to not like this because it might get a little bit cloggy, and then I realized it's really good against cards that special summon, so it's searchable as well, so I mean, it's nice to have. I might side it out for other stuff later on. 3 MST for like back row heavy decks like what I'm using right now, so. Yeah, a couple of side deck cards, XYZ cards. Dark Hole, Rite of Spirit, Raichu as a card holder. Put that there, put it back here. This is really fun to play around with, like, this deck box. Like, I never had a deck box like this before. It's so unique. It's very nice. highly recommend Ultimate Guard if you don't have one. Try it out. Yeah, those are all my decks. I also have a Light Sworn box. It's from Duelist Alliance from 2014, 2015 or something. So originally these came with a couple of Duelist Alliance boxes, but yeah, I just used this as a storage case. I barely use this, so that's why it's in pretty good condition. If you like Light Sworns, it's there. So zoom in or focus on that a little bit. Yeah, it's there. So I have a Dark World structure deck. I need to give this to my friend. And I believe the last part of my collection is, yeah, the last part of my collection is this. I showed all the decks already, so just a couple of extra cards here. Some side cards, some staple cards here. So, Chaos Dragon Liveneer. I think I used to use this in Blue Eyes, and I realized it's good. It's a good card. You can summon it on your opponent's turn, but like you just like banish all your Blue Eyes, and it kind of sucks. So I stopped using it. I thought about building a Harpies deck, but I don't know. It's cool. I like Harpies Feather Duster. That's one of my favorite Harpies cards, but I mean, it's not as iconic as Blue Eyes or Dark Vision. Maybe later on in the future I might build it. I don't know. Some other staple cards, you know, Blue Eyes cards, extra cards I moved out and I switched with True Light and other stuff. Old Monster Negation cards, all that good stuff. Yeah, so that's my collection. I hope you enjoyed that video. I know my zoom was kind of weird, my focus was kind of weird, but I hope you enjoyed that collection, and may you have a happy new year. Take care.